Hello everyone, welcome. I'm Sushmita and today we are discussing Yellowface by Kuang. So this is a satirical thriller novel and it follows June or Juniper Hayward, an aspiring writer who managed to publish her first novel over the sycamore, but that failed to establish her as a writer or that failed to give her any commercial or critical success. We are also introduced to another character, Athena Lu, who manages to find both critical as well as commercial success with her debut novel. And with her debut novel, she is established. She's the it girl in the publishing world who is acquaintance with celebrities and is invited to various literary panels. And there are so many admirers of her in the social media. And it is shown that June and Athena are from the same college and they got to know each other in college and they are acquaintances and they meet up occasionally. But now we do not know exactly if Athena and June are friends because Athena is perceived through June's eyes and June is jealous of Athena. She constantly tries to undermine Athena's success due to her being of Asian descent. Now one night, June and Athena are celebrating at Athena's beautiful place for her deal with Netflix for one of her books. And there, Athena shows June her finished manuscript of a historical fiction book that she is writing about the Chinese labor corps in the World War I, which people do not know about. So when June reads the book, she's sure that this book is going to be a huge commercial as well as critical hit. Now that same night, Athena and June, they have pancake eating contest and Athena chokes on her pancakes and she dies. June, now after being put through everything, after everything settles down, after dealing with the EMTs, after talking to the police and then going back home, we see that June has Athena's manuscript in her bag. Now what follows is this constant series of events, this constant battles that June has to go through to satiate her guilt and justify her stealing her friend's manuscript and publishing it as her own. Now the book, it is an instant hit, but along with it, it also draws criticism, and then comes this comparison with Athena's work and speculations that this book might be stolen from Athena. So we get to see how she deals with the success or how she deals with the criticism and her guilt of stealing her friend's manuscript, and if she actually has any redeeming arc in the end. That's the brief summary of what the book is about. Now, what I liked about this book. The very first thing is that it makes you think. So it raises these issues of racism, of social media trials, this toxic social media culture, and it, asks this important question: who can tell what stories and who will decide that? Putting someone through criticism is okay, but to what level? It raises these questions, which I actually liked. So on one instance, there is this 17-year-old white girl, the daughter of Christian missionaries, who visits the labor camps and drops some biscuits on the eve of Christmas Day. When Athena wrote the scene, she wrote it as the white girl being very fidgety and scared of the workers and dropping the biscuits by the fence and then leaving. Now when June edited the same story, what she did was she wrote it as this sweet story of the white girl visiting these laborers on the eve of Christmas and one laborer asking if he could kiss her because it's Christmas, and she reluctantly agreeing, right? Because June feels that these instances of racism are constantly mentioned in the book, so it's quite repetitive, which is she doesn't know, she doesn't realize her bias, she doesn't realize these issues that she has as being a white person. So a similar situation happens when June visits Chinatown in DC. So she reads, or she has heard that that area is known for crimes and it's not a safe place. So while she's walking through Chinatown to gather inspiration for her next book. She's very fidgety, she's scared, and she reminds herself that, don't behave like a white woman. And it's so obvious that she doesn't even realize at that point of time, which felt very, very real to me. The next thing is how meta this book is, because it is a deep dive into this publishing industry, and it also talks about people reviewing books. So I am reviewing a book that talks about book reviews. So yeah, getting called out and how. The next thing I liked is the pacing of the book, because I think I continuously sat for 2 or 3 hours and finished oh, censored word. Okay, so I sat for about 2 to 3 hours and finished this book, with occasional Insta scrolling, of course. So yeah, it is a very fast-paced book, and it is very simple. Even if you are new into reading, even if you are a beginner, then also you can easily pick up this book and get through it. It dives so much into this literary world. Still, it is quite an accessible book. You can easily understand it. Oh, another thing I liked about the book is, since June is the main character, right, and she is a horrible person, she's a terrible person, but the author manages to find this perfect balance of bringing her to us as someone very terrible, cunning, but also she gives us this moments to empathize with the character. She gives us this moment where we feel sorry for her at times, while knowing that she's a horrible character, and we constantly expect her to have some redeeming arc. We constantly expect her to have some chance for redeeming herself. Now my issues. Okay, so what I did not like firstly about this book is that sometimes things felt like they were expressed at a very surface level. We are getting the story through June's eyes, so we are in June's head, right? Now throughout the book she's complaining, right? She's victimizing herself. She's feeling like a victim, that she's a white heterosexual woman, so she doesn't get success in the writing world, in the publishing industry. So throughout the book there is this constant feeling of sorry for herself. But that's Twitter taglines, that is social media tagline. Just pick up any post on racism or pick up any post on diversity, there we will find white people self-victimizing. But there should be something more, no? To that, there should be some depth to it. Since June is the main character, I felt like her grievances should have had some depth. Another thing, the book June mentions that she has some issues with her mother, because when June writes a book, taking one of Athena's paragraphs as an inspiration, and now everybody thinks that she has again stolen a book from Athena. June justifies herself to Athena's mother, saying that no, she has actually written the book herself, and Athena's mother says that yes, she knows, because Athena would not write such things about her mother. So then that tells us that there are some serious issues that June has with her mother, but then it does not discuss it. So that again felt at a very surface level. So since June is the main character, I think we should get to know what her story is with her mother. The next thing, the ending felt very over dramatic. There is this big reveal which felt in the genre of very melodramatic movie type trope. So yeah, and also I think I want to know what actually the message is in the book. What are you trying to tell us with this book, And to be very honest, at times the book felt very petty, you know, if anybody criticizes RF Kuang, then they are in the category of all the reviewers that she's showing in the world. So it felt, you know, it like in your face haters. This book felt like that, and it was not subtle. I mean, I like petty, but in a book it has to be subtle. Oh, I have so many issues with the book, but I liked but I liked reading the book. It was in one sitting I read through it, and I'll give it 3 stars. And this is a welcome change from all the terrible reading that I have done recently. Oh boy, this took me out of my reading slump. I think that's because of the pacing. So 1 star extra because of that. So overall, it was an enjoyable read, although a bit average, mediocre in handling of the otherwise a very brilliant plot. And I think the narrative went like this. It could have gone like this, but the narrative went like this. Wow, I'm a great reviewer, you guys. So that's it for today. If you like this book, or if you do not like this book, then let me know your reasons. Let me know your reasons in the comment section, and stay tuned. Like this video and also share with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.